Hello everybody, so in today's video I have a Gershion Polygel kit. So in this kit I actually just got it, and it's not my first time trying Gershion. I've had a kit I bought before, but I definitely have not made a video about it, but I will be bringing it out soon. But this is what we have. We have an instruction manual, we have the top and base coat, we have forms, we also have their file and their polygel brush, some dual forms. We have 6 polygels. They are actually all 15 grams each, as you guys can see here. And here are the swatchings. Definitely let me know which one is your favorite color. They all are very pretty, and I'm excited to try this kit. Okay, so I went ahead and trimmed my cuticles. I pushed them back, and I also trimmed my nails. So now I actually have to go ahead and start by doing my prep. So these are the nail tips that I will be using. These are long tapered square tips. These are from AliExpress. They're very similar to BTR box. The quality is amazing. I 100% recommend these. But the reason I did not really like BTR box is because they have a very slight curve, and I do not like curved tips. I like them to be straight. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the curve. They are curved, but they're not too curved as much as BTR box's tips. But yeah, I went ahead and used these tips, and I definitely recommend these. They're very good. So now I'm going to go ahead and be using my e-file. I'm going to go ahead and turn it down to 3000 RPMs, and I am using a medium grit sanding bed, 180 grit. I do recommend you guys use a 240 grit, although this is optional as well. And I'm simply going to go ahead and go around my nails, and I'm going to remove the shine and make sure I roughen them up so I can get a very good adhesion. And especially around the cuticle area, it is crucial you guys go there really good so you get no lifting. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and grab my brush, and I'm going to go ahead and gently remove away all of that dust. And now we're going to go ahead and start by doing our prep. I'm going to start by grabbing these Model Ones Nail Prep Dehydrator. Go ahead and go around my nails, and I will say this beforehand. Usually this is the part where I already went ahead and glued on my tips, so just picture me having my nail tips on already. But since I am popping this set off because I want to put more videos out for you guys, I am going to go ahead and do my prep a little bit different, but not really, you know. Okay, so I went ahead and added my dehydrator twice, my protein bond, which is my primer, twice around my nails, and make sure I fully coated that. And then lastly, I went ahead and grabbed my Gershion base coat, and I did a very good amount on there. And then I went ahead and cured that for 30 seconds. Once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and pretty much be using my peel off base coat, which is from UNT. Here I still have not finished doing my base coat, and this is what they look like now. And this is how your prep should look, but with the nail tips glued on, like I said. So this is where I showing you guys that I'm putting this on. And this peel off base coat, it's extremely good, so I highly recommend if you guys want to practice more sets, or if you guys want to do videos or anything, definitely recommend it. And I also do want to give a shout out to 𝚖𝚎𝚗, I believe her name is. I watched one of her videos where she showed how to do it, because I had no idea how to use this thing. So shout out to her, because that is where I learned how to use that thing. So here I'm basically showing you guys what I'll be using. This is what I'll be using. This glitter, I did not end up using it though. It was kind of, I don't know if I should put it in there, but either way I left it. I'm using 71 or 70% alcohol. I'm gonna go ahead and be using their polygel brush. I actually love their brush. I've never used it, but it's really good because it has a handle. The handle's pretty it's kind of heavy, so it kind of gives me a good grip, you know. And I'm gonna be using this metal reusable file. I love these because they don't bend, and they make filing so much easier. You guys can buy these on AliExpress. This is the nail glue that I'll be using. It's by Savonland. It's brush on gel resin, which is basically glue. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys here how I went ahead and glued on my tips. I'm only gonna show you guys one, I believe, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I filed and all of that good stuff. Okay, so apparently I did not show you guys me gluing the tips on, but I'm pretty sure that's really self-explanatory. There I was showing you guys the slight curve to them. This is the length that I have. But yeah, they're pretty sturdy, you know, pretty good. So here is me showing you guys how I trim down my nails. So first I start by going ahead and just trimming down the size that I basically feel like I want. That is all I'm doing here. I'm not doing no magic, no nothing. I'm just pretty much trimming them down. Then I'm gonna grab this form, and I went ahead and stuck it onto cardboard. There, my cuticle is spilled somehow on it. And I went ahead and cut it out, and this is how I make sure. So it is a number 4. So I'm grabbing my next finger, and I'm measuring it. I'm cutting it down until I get to that number 4 or get close enough to that length, you know. But yeah, that's basically all I'm doing here. I'm measuring them, and that makes it very simple for me to be able to have all my nail tips or all my nails the same length. Highly recommend this tip, and hopefully this tip helped you. I actually got this idea from a Facebook group that I have. I'll leave a link to the group if I can remember where it's from, but credits to that person. It's such a helpful tip, and I highly recommend it. Okay, so I went ahead, and you guys saw that I already went ahead and trimmed them all down to the sides. Now I'm going ahead and shaping them and filing them, roughing them up so the polygel is able to stick on there, and that's all I'm doing. And I did not really like my file, so instead grabbed my sanding band, the same sanding band I used previously, and I'm just going to go ahead and roughen up the nail tips, and this makes it so much easier. I highly recommend this rather than using the file. But yeah, that's all I did here. And I also this nail tip was actually way bigger than usually my two my ring finger and my middle finger are usually the same size, but apparently it wasn't. And here I'm showing you basically that I'm grabbing this white polygel, and I'm gonna go ahead and just slap that thing right on there, and we're gonna go ahead and go straight into building the nail. Beforehand, I do want to let you guys know that I'm only gonna go ahead and pretty much explain or do a voiceover only when I actually have to do a tutorial, so like when I'm doing a specific nail. Like for example, this one I'm basically just gonna do a full white nail. That's all I'm gonna do, so I really don't have to explain. But for example, where I'm gonna go ahead and encapsulate and do the marble, I will go ahead and explain that and the rest of the stuff that I do from there on out. But this is very self-explanatory, so I really don't have much to say about it. But yeah, just to let you guys know that. Okay, so next I'm gonna go ahead and be grabbing this 022 color. I believe it's I don't know if that's the color, but I'm pretty sure it is. And I'm basically gonna go ahead and attempt to do this V cut. I actually tried to attempt to do this, I think in my last video. I'm not too sure it was my last video, but I've tried doing this before, but it did not look the way I wanted. The polygel that I used was too clear and it was extremely hard to work with. This one I did kind of struggle with it a little bit. Along the way it's a little bit more runny rather than using the simple colors like the clear and the white. But overall it wasn't too bad as the other color that I used in my last video from this other brand called 𝚤𝚘. But overall I went ahead and cured that, and then I wiped away with some alcohol to remove that tacky layer because I don't want to gunk up my file. And I'm going ahead and just kind of shaping this to try to perfect it into the V shape that I want. Once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and remove the dust, and I'm also going to go ahead and then just grab some of the white polygel, and I'm going to go ahead and fill the rest that I have there, or fill the gap, something like that is what I'm trying to say. And that is basically it for the nail. Okay, so next I'm grabbing this clear from Gershion, and I only use this to pretty much do a very thin layer, so I can be able to stick my flowers, my sequins, and my foil. So that is all what I did. And overall the polygel consistency of the clear was actually pretty good. I actually liked it. It wasn't too runny, it wasn't too sticky. Actually, I had no problem with it. I really loved it. But I am gonna go ahead and say that I actually did not use it to encapsulate, which I should have, so I can be able to tell how clear it was. But once I went ahead and set that on there, I did not cure it. I just went ahead and boom, slapped my flowers, my foil, and all that good stuff on there. But like I said, I did not end up using it to actually encapsulate, which I told you guys I should have done. For some reason I did not do it, because usually it had this very matte finish at the end. You guys can see there I have not even cured it, and it has this very matte finish, so I kind of did not like that. So I didn't know if it was going to be as clear as I liked it to be. So that is why I went ahead and used this XXC clear instead to encapsulate. But I will say next time I definitely will try to use it, and I'll let you guys know which one I really like the best, which one was more clear, because for some reason I really love XXC's. The consistency is very firm. I like it that it's kind of hard to move around, but for me, I personally like that it's very hard to move around because it's not going to go ahead and flood your cuticles. You're not going to have any issues with that. Personally, for me, I think it's probably the best kit that I've tried and the best brand that I've used. But yeah, that's all I pretty much have to say. To each their own. Other people prefer more softer polygel. I love it to be firm and thick. So yeah, I just went ahead and tried to build the apex there because I didn't like that it was too thin either, and as well like the sequins were popping up from there, so I tried to pretty much just encapsulate that whole design. I will say that I kind of did not really focus on building the apex on these nails. For some reason I just went ahead and just did a quick design so I can be able to show you guys how I did it, and then that's pretty much all I basically did. Okay, so I went ahead and next grabbed some of this white polygel and I went ahead and just slapped that thing onto my pinky, and I'm going ahead and smoothing that out to try to build the apex here. Like I said, I did not really build the apex for most of them. I will say the only one I think I didn't really build the apex for was basically my index finger, my middle finger, which was pretty much the V-cut. That one I did not really build it just because I got lazy. I was tired, and I was trying to push this video out I think Thursday. I am trying to have an uploading schedule for you guys already, which is Tuesdays is press-ons, and I have Thursday my polygel, but this video will be up probably Tuesday, which is instead. But yeah, that's all I did. So I went ahead and cured that, and I went ahead and added a second coat there to try to build the apex. I don't want these to fall off either instantly or break or anything. I think I had these on for about 3 days before I actually soaked them in like hot water, kind of mid-temperature with some soap, and then it was very easy to pop them off, but they didn't pop off right away, so I think I actually loved that. So here you guys can see that I went ahead and finished my application. This is how they look. Next, I'm going to grab some alcohol, a lint-free wipe, and I'm going to wipe away the tacky layers just so it doesn't gunk up my file or my bits. And I'm basically going ahead and just straighten out under the nail and on the sidewalls as well. So overall, my shaping, I feel like it could definitely use some work. I am trying to work on that as well, especially because I noticed that usually I suck at shaping, but I overall loved how easy it was actually to file. I was actually very happy. It was extremely easy to file, and it was extremely easy to actually over file as well. But overall I loved it. It was super soft and super easy to file. Then I went ahead and buffed the nails just to remove any scratches or anything like that. And once I finish filing is when I actually go and grab a brush. I will try to put a picture here of the brush that I use, and I go ahead and grab some water and I remove any of that dust so it does not go with my top coat, because usually sometimes I have some excess white stuff from my top coat. So this is how it looks now. Next, I'm grabbing this Model 1's pink, hot pink type of gel polish. I'll go in just a brush, and I'm going ahead and just put in some random dots. Make sure you add very small dots. Don't add too much because you'll be wasting too much gel polish. And here I am just trying to cover up the nail first, making sure it's all over the nail so it looks as smooth as possible. I think I should have definitely went with this very less light bright pink, but I like the way this one came out, so I'm pretty happy with it. So you guys can see that I'm going ahead and grabbing some alcohol and I'm wiping away onto my towel any excess gel polish, and I'm basically trying to just create some lines here. A lot of you guys like the way I actually do my wall roll, and I'm so happy you guys do. And just if you guys need any tips or anything, don't forget to message me. I'm always available. I literally don't do anything at home besides do nails. But Yeah, it's very easy technique to do. I actually had to struggle with it at the beginning because I didn't even know how to do anything, honestly. I'm just going ahead and just every day at least try to practice a new nail design, or I just do anything randomly pretty much, to try to, be able to be more creative. And I definitely want to be able to hand draw more art because decals, stickers, all those stuff are actually pretty expensive. Foils, all of that stuff is expensive. So I definitely recommend you guys try to always at least try to perfect your art. So this is the top coat that I used. It was recommended a lot, and it's probably one of the best top coats that I use. So I'm going ahead and trying to show you guys here on the clear now, so you guys can see how amazing this top coat is. It's probably my favorite, and I'm not going to be using another top coat.